Please don't scroll past this. This isn't just a message, it's a sacred moment. Your Father, whether he is here or watching from heaven, has asked an angel to deliver this directly to you. That means this is personal. This is divine. And this is meant for your heart. Archangel Michael is carrying a message filled with love, truth, and healing. Don't miss what you were meant to receive. Take a deep breath. Open your spirit. Heaven is speaking, and your Father's love is reaching across realms to find you now. I was there and I whispered into heaven what you didn't know how to say. You were heard every cry, every breathless moment, every God are you there? Yes. He was there and he sent me to remind. You are not forgotten, you are not unseen. You are not behind. The heaviness you've carried has not gone unnoticed. You've kept going through storms no one else could see, you've smiled through breaking, and still you chose kindness. Still you chose faith that is not weakness, that is holy strength. That is why I was sent to speak life back into the places that feel empty, to stand beside you until you feel steady again. You never did. You don't have to do this alone, and you never did. You were not crazy for loving that deeply. You were not foolish for hoping that long. You are someone who believes in goodness. And heaven sees that as sacred. This is why things are shifting. You can't stay where you were not, spiritually, not emotionally, not mentally. You've outgrown that space, and now heaven is creating room for the version of you that's rising. The healed one, the confident one, the peaceful one. And no, that doesn't mean pretending you're okay, it means trusting that healing is still happening even when you can't see it yet, because it is. The Father has begun a quiet restoration. Piece by piece. Layer by layer, and I'm standing watch while it unfolds. You are being prepared for more, and I know you've heard that before, but this time is different. This time it won't slip through your fingers. This time it won't be stolen, because this time heaven is protecting it with you, and I am here to guard what's you. Are still worth it. Growing to cover your spirit, to silence every voice that says you're not ready. Because you are. You are more ready than you think, not because you have it all figured out, but I know you've questioned why you're still here. I heard you ask me, am I still useful? Am I still needed? Does my life still matter? And my answer is yes. Every day, yes. In every breath, yes. In every silent moment when you wondered if I saw you. I did. Not only do I see you, I remember everything you've given, the times you helped someone else while your own heart was breaking, the times you chose love when anger felt easier, the times you stayed quiet when all you wanted to do was scream. That's strength. That's faith, even when you didn't call it that. Heaven recorded every act of courage, even the small ones. Especially the small ones you've lived through, moments that others wouldn't understand. But I understand, because I walked with you. Every hallway, every hospital room, every late night drive with no destination, I was there. You were never alone, not for a second. Even when no one checked on you, even when the phone didn't ring, even when the silence felt suffocating. I was right beside you, fighting for you, praying for you, covering you. You don't have to pretend anymore, not with me. Let it out. The grief you never spoke, the confusion you pushed down, the anger you hid behind gratitude. I can take all of it. I'm not afraid of your emotion. I don't run from your shadows. I walk into them with light to remind you you are still worthy, still whole. Still sacred. Even in pain, even in mess, even when you don't feel like enough. You've always been enough for me, and that's why I've been holding you so close. That's why I keep sending reminders when you want to give up. That's why people send you messages and don't even know why. It's me, I'm the nudge behind the text. I'm the feeling behind the song you randomly heard. I'm the breeze that hits your face and makes you pause. You've asked me for signs, I've sent them. You've asked me for hope, I'm building it in you again, piece by piece, day by day. You're not going backwards. You're healing. You're not stuck. You're learning stillness. You're not lost. You're finding a new way, and that new way includes peace. Real peace. The kind that doesn't rely on performance. You won't need closure from them because your healing will speak louder. You won't need validation from him because your peace will be your answer. You're not building a life for approval. You're building it from alignment with him and with me, because you're not doing this alone. You never were. I've watched you be faithful in the unseen. I've watched you give when your own hands were empty. I've watched you stay kind when you were tired of being misunderstood. And I came today to say this. Heaven is proud, the Father is smiling. And I, Michael, speak this over you. Your name is still written, your time is still coming, and your miracle is already forming. You don't need to chase it, you just need to stay grounded. You just need to stay open. You just need to trust what's already moving, even if you can't see it, even if everything looks the same, even if nothing feels different, yet it's shifting. I've been sent to make sure it does, to push back the delays, to block the attacks, to release the right connections, and I won't stop until you receive it, because that is the Father's order. You've honored him with your heart. Now he will honor you with restoration. This is not about being lucky, it's about being faithful, and your faith has not gone unseen. I speak on behalf of the one who formed your soul, and I say again, you are not behind, you are not forgotten, you are not failing, you are walking through divine transition, and it is going exactly as planned. Let your soul breathe, let your shoulders drop. Let peace be the new language you carry. You are safe now, you are secure now, and heaven is closer than you think. My beloved one, this is not the end of your story, it's a new chapter, a quiet one, a holy one. I've been instructed to walk with you in this part more closely than ever, because what's ahead is sacred. And the Father wants you to be ready, not busy, not distracted. Ready. You are not overlooked. I know your soul feels heavy sometimes. Even when your face smiles, even when your words sound fine, but I see deeper. I see what others miss. You've carried things that had no words. You've kept going when nothing made sense, and you didn't quit. That alone is a miracle. Heaven sees it, the Father is moved by it. And I'm here to tell you, you're not unnoticed, you're not passed over, you're not overlooked. The very opposite is true, you are being seen more clearly than ever before. Watched with tenderness, guarded with precision. Heaven has placed a seal on your process. That means no one can interrupt what is meant for you, not time, not betrayal, not mistakes, not fear. What was promised to your soul cannot be, even when you feel too tired to believe. I am still here because the Father's love does not rely on your strength. It flows from his nature, and his nature is steady, pure, unshakable, unchanging. He is not distant from your pain, he's closer. You are becoming then your next thought, and he asked me to remind you what your becoming is greater than what you lost. The person you're becoming now is someone you've prayed to be, more confident, more Centered, more grounded in what matters. You don't chase the same things anymore. You don't need noise to feel worthy, you don't need attention to feel alive. Because your peace is no longer tied to people, as tied to presence is. Presence, and I walk in that presence. Every time I speak to you like this, you've learned how to stand still even when everything around you move it. You've learned to protect your peace, even when your heart wanted to run after things that looked good but weren't good. For you, that's growth, that's maturity. That's divine alignment, and now that you've grown in silence, heaven is about to honor you in the open, not because of the crowd but because of the covenant. There's a reward coming that won't need to be explained, it will be felt, it will be known, it will be personal, because the Father does not forget faithfulness, and you've been faithful. You've shown up on days when you didn't even want to be awake, you that prayed through tears. You've given when you had little left. And I saw Heidi was there, you didn't see me, but I never left. I walked through the fire with you, and I made sure it didn't consume you. I stood at the edge of the cliff when you were close to breaking, and I caught the pieces so you could rise again, and now you are you. Re-ceasing, not in pride but in truth. Not in noise but in quiet authority. Remembering who you are, you reshedding the voices that made you smile, you're choosing wholeness over chaos, hour choosing purpose over performance, you relearning to say no to what doesn't bring peace. That's a sign of spiritual power, that's a sign of divine maturity. The Father delights in it because you've chosen Him over attention, you've chosen peace over popularity, you that chosen stillness over striving, and now the reward is coming, already releasing what has been stored for this moment. Doors that were locked until you healed, that were hidden until you outgrew your patterns, love that was delay until you remembered your worth. Now it all begins. The reward is coming. To move slowly at first, then suddenly. But don't be surprised, you've been feeling it already, that restlessness, the dreams, the sudden clarity. That's not your imagination, that's me preparing you for what's next. The shift you've sensed is real. The peace you've prayed for is on its way. You're not being ignored. You're being aligned, and alignment always feels quiet before it feels clear. So stay steady, didn't chase anything, didn't force anything, let me let the Father's love hold your next steps. Because what's ahead is too valuable to rush, and I am guarding it until the moment arrives, and you'll know it not with fear but with certainty, not with anxiety but with stillness. Your soul will say, this is it. And I'll be right. They're whispering, yes child, this is what He promised. I need you to remember something now. You're not behind, you're not late, y'all are not stuck, yows. Father needs you even if you don't feel it, even if nothing around you looks like progress. Growth often happens underground. Breakthroughs begin quietly. What looks like stillness is actually me working beneath the surface. You've been moving obstacles out of your path, removing people who would have drained your spirit, breaking attachments that were sent to delay you, and I've done it all with care, because your next season is holy. It requires space, it requires peace, it requires truth. You can't take old pain into this new promise. You can't carry every voice with you, only the ones the Father assigned. I know that's been hard. No, letting go has felt like grieving, because you gave your heart. You stayed loyal even when others didn't. I hoped people would change. You believed in their goodness, and you were not wrong for that. You were loving, you were patient, you were sincere, but you cannot shrink yourself anymore just to keep others comfortable. That's not love. That is sacrifice without balance, and the Father didn't create you for that. He created you to walk with clarity, to Speak with strength to move with grace. Not to chase peace but to carry it not. To beg for love but to walk in it now. That's what's being returned to you, eh? Balanced love, a rooted pause, steady presence. This time you'll be surrounded by people who don't take advantage of your kindness, the cherished the protected. I am preparing them even now. The ones who can walk with you not just when it's easy but when you need support. They will speak your name with honor and you won't have to question it. You won't have to wonder if they meant it. You won't have to overthink every word. Because it will be clear and it will be calm. That's how you'll know it's from the Father, because heaven doesn't deliver confusion. Heaven doesn't bring manipulation. Heaven brings peace. That's heaven doesn't deliver confusion. Your sign, and I'll help you see it even when your heart gets anxious, even when old fears try to rise, even when the enemy tries to make you doubt what's good. I'll remind you are safe now. You've ground, you've learned how to hear your own voice again. You've come home to yourself, and that is power. That's why the enemy couldn't stop you, because you kept showing up, even broken, even shaking, even discouraged. You kept showing up, and the Father has counted every step, every tear, every silent sacrifice. You haven't missed anything. What's yours is protected. What is real is being revealed. And what's next is full of promise. You won't have to search for it. You won't have to push your way into it. You'll be invited. You'll be welcoming. You'll be honored, because this next season is not about proving yourself fit. It's about receiving what was already yours.